Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Tawana and this is the ultimate guide to applying for apprenticeships across the UK.
Pick your season or occupation. It's time to send in your application.
I will be giving you guys a step-by-step guide on what I would do if I were applying for apprenticeships this year and I was a sixth form student. My background in apprenticeships is that I am completing a level 7 solicitor apprenticeship, which basically means I am doing the highest form of apprenticeship available, and that is a degree and master's combined into one entire program, and my course is 6 years long. It was a very vigorous application process, so that's why I think that I am definitely equipped to tell you all my strategy, what I would do if I were doing things differently and trying to secure my dream apprenticeship. So section 1 will be understanding degree apprenticeship. So degree apprenticeships are very different to university because you don't have to pay for the funding. The government provides that as long as you have a job offer. Sometimes the length of the course is an extra 1 or 2 years than the traditional route, mainly because you'll be spending majority of your time working full time and will have less time to focus on your actual modules. So sometimes the degree is a bit longer than it would be if you were going to university alone. The benefits of doing a degree apprenticeship are obviously that you'll be earning money whilst you're studying at university, and you'll be getting a valuable work experience without having to worry about getting internships and revision and having a part-time job. Degree apprenticeships are so common. Every year more and more companies are offering degree apprenticeship, and if you are aware of what you want to do, I think that you have an advantage because you can narrow down your options quickly. I knew that I wanted to go into law from a very young age, so I wasn't going to apply to anything else, but I know that there are going to be a few people who are still a bit unsure about which industries they prefer, and that is absolutely fine. I will make another video on how to decide which career or industry is best for you, but I think that you should take your own time to do independent research and find out which industries you're drawn the most to, because I definitely recommend narrowing down your options as soon as possible. I do not recommend applying to too many. I personally applied to about 5 or 6 and I made it to the final stages of 2 and got my job offer for my favourite out of the 2 first. I do not recommend applying to more than, I think, 10 if you know which specific industry you want to be in, and 15 to 20 if you're kind of unsure about which industry you want to go in. And that is only if you follow my timeline, because you have to apply as early as possible because you cannot be missing the dates and deadlines. Section 2 is about research and preparing. So I recommend going on websites such as the government website and not going uni. I will list a few in the description of this video below, but I was struggling to find the apprenticeship that I needed on these websites because I was applying late. So in my case, I typed in level 7 solicitor apprenticeship, and I would look at every single company, not skip a single one, and write down the ones where I could see that they had applications open, they were based in my area as well. I'm saying degree apprenticeships, but you may be applying for level 3 apprenticeships or other different types of apprenticeships. So I think that this video, I want it to apply to everyone so that everyone has the best, everyone has a level playing field and everyone gets their dream apprenticeship, because it may not be a degree apprenticeship. After you found your apprenticeships that you want to apply to, like the different types, I'd say narrow it down to 3 different types of apprenticeship. So let's just say you want to do software engineering, you want to apply to a banking one, and you want to apply to, I don't know, some healthcare one, right? You will write those down into Google and search as many companies as possible and start writing a list of the different companies, where they're based, what their starting salary is, where you rank them, and also when their deadlines are. So the reason I recommend starting early is because nowadays a lot of companies are listing on their website what time their application's open. So you can actually be prepared when the application's open. You can be one of the first people sending your application to them. Another important thing to note in this stage is writing down the grade requirements, the A-level requirements, whether they require specific A-level, specific grades, or just generally any specific academic qualifications or skills. Section 3 is creating a strong application. So you've noted down when applications will open, and you've also listed all the companies that you're thinking of applying to. Now the application date is here, it has come, and you want to create a strong application. I will make an entirely new video on this, but I am going to go over it now. Some companies still use CVs. I am not a fan of CVs. I prefer the companies that have general questions on why this company, why this industry, why an apprenticeship, or this specific apprenticeship, because then thankfully when I was applying for degree apprenticeships, none of the apprenticeships that I applied to asked for CVs. The most they would ask for is a cover letter, but I am a fan of cover letters because it is a direct letter to that specific company explaining why you actually want to work for them and not just listing down your achievements in bullet point form. Some apprenticeships still ask for CVs, so be prepared, make your CV. I made my CV. I also listed down all the different things that I had done in the sixth form and secondary school, so that I had loads of different examples ready when it came to the situational based questions of tell me about a time when you demonstrated XYZ skill. The number one tip I have for creating an amazing, outstanding application is making it tailored to the company you are applying to. You don't want to be generic, you want to be specific, you want to use quantitative data as well as qualitative data when you are talking about why that company, why you want to apply for them. And I will also do another video explaining how to do this. Section 4 is navigating the selection process. So what I would recommend is everyone becomes familiar with each company's strategy, because usually they are being nice and they are offering a timeline of their application recruitment process. Nowadays, degree apprenticeships and even other apprenticeships have a 4-stage process which involves a written application, some form of exam to kind of test your ability, test your skills, and then an interview and an assessment centre. But this definitely varies from company to company, different industries, and also just different levels of apprenticeships. But what I recommend is familiarising yourself with what the general application process is for your specific course and preparing yourself for that. For interviews, I recommend getting a form of laptop, and if you don't have a laptop, get a phone, and giving yourself false questions which you have to answer and film yourself answering these questions as if you were on a Zoom meeting and watching them back. I know it's very cringe to watch yourself back, but it is an amazing method where you can point out your own flaws and see which areas or which questions you're kind of lacking in. Section 5 is choosing between the different companies. Hopefully you've sent away your applications at this point and now you've got some job offers but you don't know what to choose. I think that it's best that you create a table, probably even in advance to your applications, and write down the different qualities that you want for your employer and compare the different companies you've applied to. So an example that I would say is how global the company is, if that is something that you prefer. For me, in the legal industry, was something that I did care about. So how many offices did they have outside of the UK? What was their starting salary? And also, if you're an ethnic minority, you might want to care about data regarding the amount of ethnic minority employees they have across different levels of seniority as well. Because if you're thinking about progressing, I think it is a valid thing to think about when applying, because if you want to see yourself working at this company, even past your apprenticeship and progressing, you have to think, is this a feasible thing at this company? Do they have the culture for this? Another thing that I would say is how long they've been doing the apprenticeship for is a very important question to consider, because a lot of companies are jumping onto the bandwagon because they've seen that it is a method or program that works and it's efficient, but because they're new to the game, the people that end up being the first and second years don't get the best treatment that they could be because the companies are just not experienced with it, and you have the choice to choose whether or not you want to go to a firm that is inexperienced when it comes to apprenticeships. I personally work at a firm that has been doing the solicitor apprenticeship program since it began 6 years ago. So we've got different levels of apprentices above us, and I think that is really, really helpful to have older people who've been there. Having those people above you to kind of say, look, I have been in your position, I've been in your shoes, and now I'm nearly about to qualify, I've nearly finished the entire program and it's been a success. It's really good to have those people to help guide you through such a challenging program. So of course you can go to a new company and have an amazing time, but I will warn the people who are thinking or who are unsure about it. That is my 2 comments on it. Section 6 will be preparing for your new job. So you've got your job, you're happy, you chose your dream company, and now you are kind of scared for what it's going to be like when you actually work for your company. So I say prepare for your new job by obviously getting new clothes and also doing your research on office etiquette, going on LinkedIn, looking at the people who work for your company, looking at the things they have done, and just trying to think of how you want your personal brand to look when you work for this company, and what do you want to be known for, what do you envision yourself doing after the program. So that is the end of this video. I hope it was helpful. This is now my 2nd video that I posted since my hiatus, so I am still feeling a little bit like a newbie, so please share the love. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was and you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe right now, and I wish you the best of luck if you are applying for apprenticeships this year or next year, and yeah, I just hope everything goes well and update me.